world is finding new ways to feed its growing population. Zambia continues to see tremendous growth in the agriculture sector, stimulated by a growing middle class, favorable government policies, business interest from local agriculture entrepreneurs, and abundant water and land resources in the southern African region. Zambia's geographic position makes it an excellent export platform for trade into neighboring countries. As Zambia is land-linked at the heart of the Southern African Development Community, SADC, and enjoys trade with the common market for Eastern and Southern Africa, COMESA, this places Zambia at an advantageous position to be one of the world's largest food exporters. This is evident in Zambia's livestock sector, as Zambia has one of the fastest growing livestock sectors on the continent, accounting for 35% of the national domestic product of the agriculture sector. The dairy industry is currently growing at 10% per year.
The dairy sector is a very critical sector in the livestock industry. Well, the benefits are many, because in the dairy sector, we're talking of a commodity that is so much on demand, milk. Currently, we're actually not producing enough milk for the requirements in the country.
Total raw milk production has increased by 100% in the last 5 years due to a growing demand for milk in the country. It is estimated at 470 million litres per year, with the Zambian smallholder dairy sector accounting for 60 to 80% of the raw milk production in the country. Smallholder milk production is mainly based on pastoral-free grazing by local dairy breeds, resulting in very low milk yields and seasonal production. With improved feeding, forage conservation, improved breeds and cattle management, milk production by smallholder farmers can easily be increased by 50 to 75%.
Whenever we start any business, we do a feasibility analysis. We find that Zambia is a country which fulfills the needs of the industry. The milk is the unique food in the world. So this company has taken the decision to expand it and make a plant which can process the milk and make so many foods out of it. We can add a lot of values. We can export the yogurt, we can export the milk maheyu, we can export the shakers, we have to add some values in that.
SNV Netherlands Development Organization, through our market-led dairy innovations project, is working at overturning smallholder farmers' contribution to the formal market. It is by making sure that we develop an enabling environment in terms of making sure that farmers have access to all the inputs and services they need for them to be in production. So SNB is working closely with the Dairy Association of Zambia, working with the smallholder dairy cooperatives in Southern Province through MDIP to help them bring services closer to their members.
DAS was established to protect and promote the interests of its members in their various capacities, as dairy producers, dairy processors, purveyors, and others like the equipment suppliers, as long as they have an interest in the business of the dairy industry. And also DAS was established to promote the development of the dairy industry in the country in order to meet both the domestic demand in terms of milk as well as the export demand. We need to facilitate a situation where we allow farmers to do what they know best, which is milk production. Then we allow processors to do what they know best, which is processing. Then also we encourage other investors to come in so that they can carry on with the business of processing and also mopping up the huge volumes of milk, which we call lost milk, which is traded informally, which is in terms of volume, it is somewhere around about 280 million liters annually. Only 71 million liters is traded formally.
Retailers supply the high-end customers, whereas low-end customers get their milk directly from their local MCCs. Despite the financial benefit of direct sales, the most prominent development in the last 5 years in the smallholder dairy sector has been the development of producer-owned milk collection centers, MCCs.
We have 73 farmers. A day we collect 2,500 liters to 3,000 liters a day. The advantages of belonging to a cooperative are that at least you have the farmers who have a ready market. because it's difficult for one to sell the milk. Let's say if you are milking 100 liters, it's difficult for one to sell the 100 liters of milk. But now that we have the cooperative, farmers are able to deliver their milk here and we sell on their behalf.
The current formal milk supply chain is fed into by the commercial dairy farmers, providing 75 to 80% of the national milk production, estimated at 70 million liters of milk per year, and 15 to 20% by small-scale dairy farmers. The commercial dairy farmers supply the processors directly, whereas the small-scale farmers supply to the local milk collection centers where milk is aggregated for the processors like Parmalat, Dairy King, Varun Dairy and Zamilk.
So we can help a lot to make the all 25 million liter milk in Zambia. So we can process it completely, to collect it, to procure it, and to make the money by the farmers and the companies and everybody. So there is a lot of possibilities here.
With more small and medium emergent dairy farmers entering the formal market, aspects on milk quality and hygiene as well as financial resources for investment and operational capital become of crucial importance to this group.
We met this good couple at Livestock who introduced us to pasteurization. We were discussing as farmers how good it is actually if we could pasteurize the milk, because we would keep it longer. But we didn't have any idea at that time how we would do without machinery, because we knew machinery was very expensive. They offered that they would help us because that's how they started themselves. And so does the manual batch pasteurizer, where you just seal the milk, put in this batch thing, close it and boil it manually. So that's how we started. Currently, our operational capacity is 600 liters per day. This factory can do 8,000 per day. So we will need expertise in this dairy industry. Those who bring capital to help us grow, those are welcome.
The industry has recorded numerous improvements over the past 10 to 15 years, including increased number of dedicated small-scale farmers, from 620 in the year 2000 to more than 5,300 in 2014. Increased dairy herds from under 5,000 in the year 2000 to more than 20,000 in the year 2014. Increased milk collection capacity from 6 milk collection centers in the year 2000 to 74 in the year 2015. Increased number of processors from 4 in the year 2000 to 21 in the year 2015. Increased milk production from under 180 million liters in the year 2000 to 470 million liters in 2015.
The key findings of a dairy study we did here in Zambia on investment opportunities were that there were different opportunities at 3 different levels. So at the farm level, at the milk collection center level, and at the processing level. At the farm level, the opportunities were more towards forage production and conservation, on cattle concentrates and water supply technology. On the milk collection center level, there were a lot of opportunities on equipment, especially on mobile milk cooling tanks or solar hot water boilers, but also on equipment for milk intake recordings or quality testing. Finally, at processing level, you see a lot of these processing companies looking for processing plants that can not only pasteurize milk, but also fermented milk and drinking yogurts.
Livestock Services provides stock feeds for all species of animals, and the Livestock Services also provides other services such as consultation. Here we have consultants. They are veterinary, nutritionists, laboratories, and animal production, just to advise farmers. Everybody walks in this place to ask anything, and we give them free of charge. We've done a proposal, and we are welcoming any person who can come in the country so that we can partner with that somebody. We can set up a similar structure in other parts of the country on the franchise basis. There's a vast opportunities to invest in the dairy sector.
If there's a problem among the animals, we go and intervene and give the veterinary services to them. So we do both input supply as well as clinical services and also advice. During the dry season, there's a challenge of nutrition, which is very critical here. Farmers have a challenge to feed the animals, and so we need to find supplements in the form of feedstuffs that they can maybe compound and add it to their dairy feeding rations. So that is an opportunity.
With improved investment in feeding, forage conservation, improved breeds and cattle management, milk production can easily be increased by 50 to 75%.
We can specialize in sexed semen, of which if we do that, we are going to have about 99% chance of having female calves being born from those heifers that are inseminated. Then we can also invest in artificial insemination technicians that are going to provide the artificial insemination services even to the rural areas, because we have a number of AI technicians that are in the peri-urban areas, but the challenge is reaching out to the rural community. So if we can have a lot of technicians, this can also go to the furthest areas.
When you do AI, you are able to have these exotic breeds with high-yielding milking bulls, and then you can AI to small-scale farmers, AI to commercial farmers. So it will be cheaper for one to get the AI services than buying a bull from United States.
There is a great scope for Dutch investors, expertise and skills to invest, improve and grow the dairy sector in Zambia. For more information on dairy opportunities in Zambia, go to www.agriprofocus.com/dairy.